Now I'm recording. Og jeg vil starte med at lige sige det på dansk, når det nu er, at vi har inviteret fra hele Danmark. Velkommen til alle jer, som kommer på, og især jer gæster, som skal høre noget om Zinzino. And then I'm going to switch to English to introduce our speaker here. And he is the founder of the company, and we're so honored to have him on the call. Ørjan, it's a different time right now. The whole world has changed in the last few weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah, yes, it absolutely has. And I think that it's a very difficult time for very many people, and our hearts definitely go out to all the people, especially today in Southern Europe, experiencing the tremendous difficulties in society, seeing a Western country like Italy literally collapsing in parts of the country. It's a very devastating thing. And we're also starting to see some of those things coming to Spain. Where this week, a lot of us were supposed to travel next week for a beautiful rewards trip with 500 people from all over the world. And literally today, if we wanted to go, there would be no possibility to go there. And they're declaring martial law in more and more countries. And Norway, where I'm sitting right now, I'm quarantined at home because I was out traveling last weekend, and then on automatic they gave me 14 days at home, which I think is a very good thing, because this is the only way to battle this virus as it is spreading like it is doing, because we do not have any vaccines. We do not have any effective drugs for those that become really ill. And that's a very critical situation. So I would urge anybody that is listening tonight to be very careful. First of all, protect yourself, protect your family, and then be very careful if you get infected that you don't infect others. So good hand hygiene, keeping distance for the past 3 weeks since I discovered how devastating this was going to be in Europe. I discovered that about 5 weeks ago because we saw that we got the same pattern that we had in China. Give people a corona hug if you meet them. Don't get close to them. It's the only family that you live together that is allowed to get close to during this time. Be careful at the store. Use anything. If you do feel any symptoms, self-quarantine yourself, even though there is no rule for that, because that is very important at this time. And then I believe that from a health strategy, what do? To protect yourself from the coronavirus, and not only protect you from it, but bettering your odds in the case where you should get the virus. And I would definitely say that one of the things that you do to do that is that you will be using our health protocol, and I will be talking a little bit more about that as we get into the presentation. Anything you wanted more from me on this subject, Carla?
No, I just think it's such a serious subject, and people know that, you know, there's so much going on in the world, and there is a lot of stuff out there about health, and it's not saying, you know, we don't have any cure right now, but there are things that you can do that would be better for you.
Yeah, yes, there is. And like coming into this as a company owner, we planned for the worst. So we started planning 5 weeks ago for the worst possible scenarios. Then I think that we couldn't really plan for all of Europe being shut down. I mean, that wasn't completely what we believed it would be, country after country, not everything at the same time. But then at the same time, you got to expect the best. And about 5 weeks ago, I would say that I was seriously worried. I was worried for my kids. I was worried for my wife that is pregnant, because that's a precondition. I was worried for the health of not so much my own well-being, but I'm a man, 44. We always believe that we're going to survive everything, even though this virus is specifically attacking man. But I've always been feminine through my life, so I hope my feminine side will keep me safe this time. But I was worried for my parents, especially worried for my grandmother that is 94. Still worried for my grandmother that is 94 because she has normal phenomena just now. So she should not attract this virus, but also for lots and lots and lots of people. But studying what is happening, we're a little bit less worried today. Number one, because China seemed that they managed to control the virus through having lockdown. There was one new case yesterday in the original province, the Wuhan province, which is a very controllable number. And they're getting back to life as normal. Then we saw that the same is working in South Korea. And in South Korea, we've not had the same death rate as we saw in China. And the same is working in Japan, which has been in lockdown for 3 weeks. And then the data of who survives and who dies comes out. And I gotta address that in the middle of a very serious thing like this. And the data clearly shows that the kids are safe, 0 to 9, very safe. 9 to 19, very, very safe. Women are very safe in general. So 20 to 19 to 29, very safe. Women even more safe. All the way up until the 50s, you're very safe, mostly even with preconditions. There has been some death, but even people with precondition, if they're below 50, they're normally very safe, meaning that they survive it. But then when you have precondition and you, especially men, you're getting into your 50s and then accelerating in the 60s, then accelerating in the 70s and accelerating in the 80s, we do see that more people attract the virus and more people get hospitalized by it and more people die from it, which is very serious. So what can we do in the middle of that situation? Well, we can take every precaution we can. And a couple of them, just give you some hints, and then I'm going to go through our business here in the next 20 minutes and get started with the presentation. The things that is specifically important is get enough rest. So on the top of the list of everything is make sure that you sleep enough, rest enough. Another thing is to get outside and get fresh air. So when you're quarantined, you're supposed to be inside, but you're also allowed to go outside. So getting outside, getting fresh air, but stay away from people if you're in that risk zone, because that is going to give you, and then make sure that you eat well. And a part of eating well is the health regime that we have in Zinzino with our balanced oil or extend and or synbiotic. So I think that if you combine all of these things, you do get a lower metabolic age, especially over time, but also in the short time. And that's going to keep you safer, at least. So with that, Carla, I'm going to go in and just open my keynote and talk a little bit about what we do as a business. Are you excited about that?
I think everybody's excited about it. I know I've been excited for 9 years. These products have been amazing. And as you said, there's, it's a business and you've got the background of that. Ørjan, there are going to be people that do have some questions along the way. Do you want to take them at the end or just let me know?
So I think that if people have questions, if you read them and you ask them to me, then I'll answer them to you. That's easier than me digging into the reading and presenting at the same time. It's just simplifying it.
You got it. We'll talk questions afterwards. Thanks, Ørjan.
So long before COVID-19 came, we were on a roll with a wellness revolution that is absolutely sweeping the globe. And we're creating so many good results with so many people. And it's very exciting. And I'm excited about it. And I got it. Even though we're in a very tough time for a lot of people, I'm not going to hide that even after this came, if you have a business that is thriving, be proud of it. You got to build that business. If you have a product that you love, be proud of it. If you work at a place where you love what you do, be proud of that. Promote what's good. It's not a time to lay down. It's not a time to only be sad. It's a time to actually stand up and work more with what we really believe in. And that's what we're doing in Zinzino right now. So I'm not going to hold back on my enthusiasm because there is a troubled time out there. We recognize that, and we feel sorry for people losing their job and people being challenged on their health. But at the same time, then we got to stand up and create new jobs and then help people protect their health as much as possible, because that's what we are on a mission to do, so that the general population will be younger and more protected if any new viral diseases is coming similar to this one in the future. So who is Zinzino? Well, we're a company that is founded and started in Gothenburg, Sweden by my wife and I back in 2005. Today, we are in a billion people market. We're listed at the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. We took a lot of beating in the stock exchange like everyone else, even though we see no impact on our numbers. So in general, when stuff like this happen, you don't have to go and buy the Zinzino share. That's not what I'm promoting. But this is also posing a large opportunity for those that dare to take a risk, because I think that the world will come back to normal. I think that we're about 10 weeks from seeing that happening. And that could give you some great opportunities at looking at the different companies that are on the stock exchange today. I would give you one advice, and that is to stay away from all of those that have a lot of debt. So go for the safe picks. They've fallen 30, 40, 50%. Even companies like Zinzino that doesn't have a dime in debt has fallen 50, 60%. And that's a much safer pick than if you go and buy an airline like the Norwegian airline or the Scandinavian airlines that they know the governments are bailing out because they have got debt, and then they've got debt. And that's not a safe stock pick. So that was just a little bit of my advice on that. We're part of direct selling associations in nearly every country. We have had double-digit growth every single year since we formed the company. And this year, the first month that we delivered reporting on, and I think we delivered on the second month too, but I don't want to say the numbers in case we didn't yet. But for the first month, we had nearly 50% growth above last year. And we do have a very strong financial foundation. So it's a good company to team up with at this point. So why are we doing what we're doing? Well, science and technology are developing at the fastest rate in human history. We know more about nutrition and wellness than we've ever done before. But still, when I go to a family party, all they talk about is aches, pains. They talk about their relatives again that have problems. And people at their young age have problems. And yes, I don't get every relative to listen to me. I don't have time to talk to all of them even. But we have asked, why is it like that? What is the key difference maker that makes so many people having so many more issues today than what we used to have? And if you look at statistics of anything that is health related with problems, they're going up, 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 and up in the percentage of population, and the age they're getting it at is going down, 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 and down, which is two very odd curves, that you have younger people at a higher rate attracting more problems. Well, we took a look at the diet, and then we've done the most advanced study of dietary habits that actually have been done in modern history. And there wasn't any advanced study done before modern history. So I think that we've done the most advanced study of everyone out there, where we have looked at 490,000 dietary tests, where we have checked the fat in the blood of the people, before and after tests. And it shows that 95% of our total population in Europe, in the rest of the world, is actually more than 95%. And on the worst places, it's 99%. They are in the danger of eating too much omega-6 and too little omega-3. Now you might ask, why is that important? Well, every single cell in your body is built by having a cell membrane. Inside of that cell membrane, you have different fats. inside of that cell membrane, 2 fats are essential. And one is called omega-6 and one is called omega-3. Throughout history, and when our DNA was formed, they were in a certain ratio. The ratio was normally 1:1. But today, and I'm going to show you the data in a few seconds, you find that that ratio is moved to 10 or 15 or 20, or in some of our test results, there are 50 or 100:1. So the omega-6s has gone through the roof, and omega-3s have slowly been decreasing. Why? Because food went from being a normal food, Mother Nature made food, to man-made food. So on the picture here, everything that we see is made by man. It's not really made by Mother Nature. Even the salmon there is not a wild-caught salmon. It's a farmed salmon. So it does have omega-3, but it also has 16 times more omega-6 than what it used to have. So even there, the change has been. And the result of that is an imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3. That is the best biomarker for health in the world today. At least that's what we believe. You have low levels of omega-3, where there is, I think if you go to PubMed, there is 80,000 studies showing every time they do a study. So some are critical to omega-3, and that's okay. We don't have any problems with that. But every time you read a study, it still shows that higher levels of omega-3 is better than lower levels of omega-3. Even the critical ones doesn't dispute that for most bodily function, a higher level of omega-3 is better than a lower level of omega-3. And then, why do some of the studies fail? Because there is no polyphenols in the study. And a polyphenol is a micronutrient that stops the omega-3 fat from oxidizing inside of you, and also stops other fat from oxidizing, protecting you against oxidative stress, specifically in your cardiovascular system. And then we have low levels of vitamin D3. We hide inside. We did a background study showing that most people in the winter months in Scandinavia have such a low level that our governments call it a disease. And that's dangerous. And we can correct all of this. And that's what we're doing. So it starts with taking a personal test, finding out if you're in the danger zone. If you do take omega-3s already, like I did, you probably have a little bit better test than most people. You should be at 3:1 ratio or better. That took me 4 months to get there. And most people will be 15:1. And that means that you radically need to change your diet if you want to go out of the danger zone and have the fats in your diet protecting you from all the dangers that is out there. So by March 2020, we've done 490,000 tests. This is forming a global megatrend. And what I mean by that is like a global megatrend is like, you know, cell phones, they came really after the war. And then you could buy them from the 70s. And already in the 70s, it was obvious that this was better than a phone that was connected to the wall, but we didn't have the technology yet. So while technology was developing, they became more popular in the 80s for those that had a car to carry it around. And then in the 90s, we got the handheld ones. And then in the 2000s, we got the very light, cool, slim ones with adaptive texting, and we started using them. And then in 2007, we got the iPhone, the smartphone, and then everyone get one. And today we spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 12 hours on it. I hope you're spending 3 and not 12, but it's addictive today. You can leave your home without your kids. You can leave your home without your husband or wife. You can leave your home without your credit card, without your ID, without your passport, without your keys, without money. But if you leave the phone, you'll be back in 1 minute or less from when you discover that you left it, because it became a global megatrend. In nutrition, there is a lot of companies out there, and it's a very big profession with over 1 billion consumers. 500 million of those are taking omega-3s. But the problem with the whole profession is that it's guess-based. We guess if we need a product or not. Carla, I guess that you need this oil. Or how much do I need of it? Well, I guess you need more. I guess you should take some. Well, that's kind of old. And I was taking omega-3s myself for 30 years like that. I guessed what I needed. I took one regular one. So a natural one. I took one high concentrate one, I took one vegan one. And when I tested 10.4 to 1, so way out of balance. And then after I started with test-based, in 4 months, I got a 1.7 to 1 result, which was just incredible. I got rid of some stomach problems I had. I was a happy customer, and that made us invest into this company that had developed the technology. And this technology of test-based nutrition, that's going to change the world of nutrition. And the 500 million people that are using omega-3s, well, if they knew about this, they would get tested. They'd get on this product, and they get 10 times the result. Because this is not only omega-3s, it's omega-3s together with polyphenols that makes it 10 times more effective than normal omega-3s. And we use the best sourcing on absolutely everything that we do, and we prove it with an after test when you've got your amazing result in a very short period of time. So what's inside of the bottle? Well, it's very simple. It's all the omega-3 fatty acids that you need. EPA, DHA, DPA, omega-7, and a couple of other ones that balances out the omega-6s that you're more than enough of in your diet. Then we have protecting it by vitamin E. We've added the sunshine vitamin D3 to it because that's critical to our immune system. And then we have lots of olive oil in it with a very high content of polyphenols, and that's what makes the magic. That's why it's so much more effective than other products. So where will it help? It will help on brain function, heart function, immune function. The list goes on, vision, teeth, muscle function, because your cells are everywhere. Even in your bones, every single structure in your bone is built by cells, and the membranes of the fat is there as well. It fights oxidative stress. It normalizes the blood pressure, normal cell division, triglyceride, cholesterol, and the list goes on, and that's behind where I see all of you beautiful people on camera, so I can't read that to you. So what should you get on? Well, at this point of time, get on the oil, get tested. That's always the first step. We've got 2 versions of Extend, the original one that you see a picture of, and the plus one, which is an all-natural one newly developed. This product is developed to impact your immune system from every single angle. And I'm very excited about that product, especially today, because our immune system is so important when we attract any kind of virus, any kind of bacteria. And it's also so important for health in general all the time. So this is not only at this time, this is always that our immune system is so important. So what does this product do that other products doesn't do? Well, it's got a key ingredient called beta-glucan, activating your innate immune system. 99.999% of products on the market that says immune doesn't activate your innate immune system. And your innate immune system is the difference maker when you get a virus, if the infection goes on to be severe or if it goes on to being light. So most people that are getting a cold after they got imbalance, after they started using this in Zinzino, says it's strange. It's recovering so much faster than it used to be. We have no evidence of the COVID-19 because we literally have only one person I know so far that have attracted the virus, and he is doing fine. So we can't make any evidence on that. But as time goes on, maybe we will get some evidence. But then a second thing that it does, that no other immune product out there does, that is marketed in the health food stores and so on, is that we have actually got some cytogens in it that is activating a part of the innate immune system that works in an enzymatic function in killing pathogens and bacteria and viruses. And when we activate that, you have the highest alert so that the virus is discovered, the bacteria is discovered immediately. And then we've packed it with 30, 40 ingredients that is working in the adaptive immune system, where vitamin C and vitamin D and all of those things belong, which you see in all of the advertising out there. So this one gives you everything they advertise and 2 things that they don't usually as product formulator even know exist. So if you want to build immunity, this is the answer. And then a lot of your immunity is not coming from yourself. It's coming from your gut. And the synbiotic is food for the good bacteria in the gut. And it is a tremendous product, but it's not only about immunity. It's about having a digestion system that is working well. It's about keeping the weight up. And I could go on for hours, but I'm planning to finish in about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna move on quickly. We've got more products than that for skin, for sleeping well, and so on. I'm not going to cover all of those things. But if you're looking to partner up with us, we've got 2 different kits here that I recommend taking a look at. These are the prices for euros. There is Danish prices as well for them. We've got the health protocol kit, which is exactly the products that I talked about, plus a few extra test kits and a few extra oil to get customers started on them right away. It's 495 euros. And then we've got the ultimate kit, or the ultimate immune kit, 2 packages, that's 995 euros. And they have got just a ton of product in them. They've got everything that is in the health protocol, and they've got 10 tests in each of those kits, which is incredible. It's 4 tests in other one. As a business to get started, it's actually pretty brilliant, because when you get in either one of them you choose, actually you can choose up to 3 kits from our company. And as you in the first 12 months are getting customers for the company, we're going to pay you money all the way. But when you hit 25 or more customers after 12 months, doesn't matter which kit you selected, we're going to refund the whole money to you. So you can buy it, you can retail the product, make a profit, because you get about half price on average between the 2 of them. You can get customers, we pay you commission, and I'm going to show that on the next slide, for every single customer. And then you get all your money back when you hit 25 customers. If you had 50 customers, you get money back for 2 kits. If you had 100 customers in a year, you get money back for 3 kits. So that's actually pretty exciting. And you can go through the rules with the people that invited you to the meeting. So how does it work? Well, we write a contact list. We look at who do we want to help, who do we want to get protected, who do we want to have the optimal cell membranes as quickly as possible, who are the ones we love that we want to have on the extend immediately. And then we show the business to those that we want to build a business together with. We help them get started, and through that we get referrals. And referrals are important because in the first step, they will help you get your products free. So if you enroll somebody as a customer and they will refer you to people, well, you'll get paid for that as a partner. But a customer, if they find a customer, when they have 4 people using the same product as them, they will get their product free every single month. And that's called the Zinzino for Free program, and one of the most exciting things that we do. So let's take a look at how you make money, because in the end, we got to make money. I love working with health, but I can't do it for free. And I think that that's the situation for everyone out there, that we also have to make money. And we've got some very lucrative compensation. From the very first sale that you do, when you sell direct from our web shop, deliver directly to the customers, you never touch the product. You make more money if you retail a product than if you send it direct. Then you get 10%, so on every 100 euros spent, you make 10 euros. So our basic kit that we sell to most of our customers, that gives you 15 euros in commissions. When you've gotten 4 of them, you become a bronze and you made 60 euros. You get your next product order delivered for free. And then you also get a 100 euro smart bronze bonus if you do it within 30 days. You get 6 more, you make another 90 euros. You get something genius turned on called the ECB. It's a doubling of your commissions from there on anything that is produced in the team commission, which is a part of our comp plan from yourself and from people you enroll in your team. And you get a 150 euro X-Team Express bonus. In the next step, you get 15 more customers, makes you 225 euros more. And remember now, these customers are products. It's not necessarily individuals. And then from there on, you get RCB, which is doubling your commission on all royalties, so the portfolio income, and you make 100 euros per month. So how do you get to 25 customers? Well, you take your initial customers and then you duplicate that they want to have free products. And if you work with a health protocol, which is a combination of the oil, the extend, and Synbiotic, the most needed health protocol that exists in the world, not only today, also 2 months ago, also 2 months from now. So I'm not pushing this in a time of crisis. This protocol, everyone should be at all the time to better their odds for having a great health, so that when you're at that family party, you say, well, I used to have those problems, but now I feel great. Or when everyone else is complaining, you put on your jogging shoes and you run a 5K and you come back and you feel bliss, because that's what we want you to do. So get people on the 3 products at 3 customer points. So really, when you work with Zinzino for free, you get a customer and a customer and a customer and a customer. That's 12 points. They go Zinzino for free, and you are 18 and beyond by doing that, making 100 euros a month. Then some people want to have a personal customer career plan. They can go and get 50 customers. They can go and get 100 customers, 200 customers. And as you see here, at the 100 customer, you've made another 1,875 euros. You make 200 euros a month, and you get a 10,000 euro one-time bonus, which is pretty exciting. That's another 100 euros for every customer that you collected so far. So that's pretty incredible. It's over 50% commission paid on what you already created. And then top team 200, or if you really want to do it, sorry, I got to go back one here. If you really want to go and do it full time, get 1,000 customers, and you're getting closer towards a full-time income. What you see on the screen here only reflects the income that you make directly on the customer. In addition to that number of 2,000 euros per month, there is at least 2,000 euros per month in other commissions, which is included in the next chart, where I'm going to show you the duplication of building with customers. So step 1, get 25 personal customers, and then we start building team customers. At this point, you make 100 euros, and you've made 250 euros if you did it within 60 days by getting the 10 first customers, and later you got to the 25 customers. Then you start recruiting, and you get an A and a B and a C and a D. You enroll 4 people into the business. You now help them getting 25 personal customer points each. And at that point, they're qualified for the refund of their kit. You become silver, and your royalties, your monthly income, is now 200 euros per month. In addition to that, we will pay you a 250 euro bonus if you did this within the first 30 days. So what we want to do is move really fast. There's a lot of people that want to join our business right now. There is a lot of people that need help right now. So you want to go in, get 25 customers, enroll the 4 people, help them get 25 customers as fast as possible, and hit the silver. Then when we help the 4, also recruit 4 persons each. So this is the second level of duplication. So this is not only it's not a sales business, it's a referral business, where you teach people to do the same that you do, and you help them deliver on that. In that case, you deliver 4 silvers, and at that point, you become gold on the way. And when they get 25 customers each, you get 500 customers in your team, and you now make 900 euros a month as an executive, and we pay you another 250 euro fast start bonus as an executive. And in total, you've made 1,000 euros in the fast start program. This is possible to do in the first 60 days. We have a lot of people doing this in the first 60 days of the business. What I got really excited about when I saw this the first time was that I didn't only get paid on my own sales, and the people that I had working directly for me, but I could get multiple generations of people working for me, and I could get a little bit of an override on each one of those. So far, I've shown you 2 generations where you trained 4 that trained 4 each, and they got 25 customers each, and that's 900 euros per month. But in the next step, when they duplicate, you have a 3rd level of duplication, and they get 25 customers each. Now all of a sudden the team grows to 2,100 customers, and as a diamond in the company, you're making 5,000 euros every month. And this is, at this point, for some of you, looking like a full-time income, full-time business, and for others who still need to keep your normal job and move on to the next level. But if we duplicate in 4 levels in the organization, that's going to be 8,500 customers, and at that point, you make 12,000 euros a month. This is not the ceiling. It's the beginning of a full-time entrepreneurial career working as a health entrepreneur. If the numbers here were complicated, well, don't worry about that. Get 25 customers, help 4 do the same, help them do the same, help them do the same, help them do the same, and that's crown and 12,000 euros in commissions. So being an entrepreneur, well, it's being willing to do something many people aren't willing to do. But later on, when you build a business, you have security for yourself and your family. You have excitement in all the people you're helping. And when you build entrepreneurship with Zinzino, you actually get to build a business in a different way, where you have multiple levels of people working for you directly and indirectly, where you can collect a little bit of commission on each sale and each recurring sale that happens from them. And that's what gives you the opportunity to one day have something that others cannot have. So the choice is simple. Either get on the health protocol to protect yourself, or become a partner and help a lot of other people protect themselves. Many, many people have gotten great success before you. And I hope that the next one, and I hope that I meet you in the future, and I hope that you will be getting incredible results with Zinzino as you're deciding to join and try out your product and maybe start working with it today.
I love that. You know, Ørjan, you started this by saying this is, you know, it's a health that's going to be sweeping the globe. And right now, we're seeing other things that are sweeping the globe, things that aren't as positive, but it's making people think about health and wellness. And I think people are definitely going to be seeing more of, once the coronavirus has been over the peak and dying out, people are going to be looking at, there's going to be a health wellness sweeping the globe, and we do have the answers for them for that. Another way of sweeping the globe.
Absolutely, and I'm very excited about this. I've got a new Zoom coming up 10 minutes ago. I got a little bit too excited about this presentation. I see there was a question about deliveries. Yes, we're able to deliver. In all our countries, we're able to deliver. We're very excited about that. And I think that this will be the fastest learning of leadership that entrepreneurs that work from home is going to ever have, because you got to stand up, take care of your own finances, take care of your own health, and learn to build the business in a new environment. And I'm excited about seeing all the people that will be successful with that. And when we get out of it, this mega trend is not going to stop. People are wanting one test. 500 million people are already using omega-3. Each one of them want the test. And when they see their devastating result, they fail the test, they want to get on this oil urgently. And that's very exciting. And then when they get the test for the second test, they get tremendous result. Thank you so much, Carla. I got to jump off here.
I know you do. Okay, well, thank you, Ørjan, for being on the call. We so appreciate him, and to be able to see him. I'm just going to put it on gallery view so I can see everybody. And there we go. So now I can see everybody again. Now, I did think that a lot of people saw the benefit of the products and what you can get out of Zinzino just by taking these amazing products. And you can hear the passion that he has in regards to the products, but you can also hear the passion he has on wanting to get the word out. And for those of you who are partners in the company, you did see that it has this, well, it'll probably went this way for you guys. It almost looked like a bugle to me of getting the word out on our products and also being able to create an income by doing so. And I personally, I know what it's done for me in my family. I know in my 50s now, I feel better now in my 50s than my 30s. And I hope it's okay I said that in English because I can hear people that were calling in from India and from Australia. And I know most of you Danish people, you can understand it in English anyway. So I wanted to I think it's great that the founder himself came on to talk about our great products, to talk about the great company. And we're looking to be spreading the word about Zinzino. We're looking to be sharing it with the entire world. Now that we're in most of the world globally, we're ready to share this. So I'm hoping people are seeing the mission that Zinzino is on and getting as many people as we can in balance by 2025. The goal is to have 1 million people in balance, which I believe we're going to do, and sharing it all over. And I can see one last question here. People right now are worried about their income due to the virus. Yeah. And I think it's, in a way, we need to take the virus seriously. It's going to impact people and health. I just saw in Denmark here, they talked about it peaking around the 20th of April. So it will be something. I don't want to feel like we're doing something to be selling at this time. I want people to take health seriously, but I know they've got a lot on their minds. But when they have time and can really use their time to be looking into what the virus can do, and what you can do to protect yourself, get your metabolic age lower, and do things to boost your immune system. The science is the science, and Zinzino uses the science for that. So I hope that gave a bigger picture on what we can be doing. And to me, personally, I wouldn't want to be doing anything else but helping people get healthy, or helping people build a business by helping people get healthy. So, last thing, it's okay to plant the seed. Definitely, fantastic. Well, nu kan jeg godt gå over til dansk og sige tusind tak til alle sammen, der lige kiggede med. Jeg håber, I har fået et godt indblik i vores fantastiske firma, og hvorfor vi har sådan meget passion for, hvad vi har at sige. Vi vil poste den her, så alle kan følge med en anden gang. Så tak for denne gang, alle sammen.